So the ban in New York on large sugary sodas was supposed to go into effect Tuesday, but a judge has halted that decision, saying that it is arbitrary and capricious because there are it's not things that are regulated by New York State versus New York City. There's this discrepancy. So like 7-Eleven can sell whatever they want, but then the bodega, the mom and pop stores, that's the argument against it. They have to follow the new rule, and they're saying that's unfair. That's going to impact their business. It's singling out the little guy.
Maria Menounos is a former fat person. How say you?
I agree. Why should the mom and pop businesses be included in that ban, and then 7-Eleven can do whatever they want?
But you agree with the ban on soda?
Well, that's a larger question.
Not over 16 ounces.
You know, it's tough. I mean, I see where they're going with it, and obviously it's good for our country to try to figure out a way to help stop this obesity problem. But at the same time, you know, you have your right to do whatever you want.
Well, I'm coming at it a little different angle. Like, one is, I'm down with the helmet laws. Like, all right, if you ride a bike, you should probably wear a helmet, you know.
Well, but it's going to cost us when they do get injured and they go to hospital. Ultimately, it ends up costing us.
It's still costing us, though, for...
They always say that, but no one's ever hit me up, like, personally. Like, hey, Lou bought it. He was riding his hog, and he wasn't wearing a helmet.
Not
He's a vegetable now, so I need like $80. I'm going to everyone in the neighborhood. I would like that guy. Where like when they go, you know how they always say it's going to cost you? Well, it's happened.
Yeah,
it's happened.
It's time.
Lou just kind of caught an edge. What can I say? Anyways, a vegetable. And we'll have a meeting later on if we're going to pull the plug.
Who's Lou?
Yeah, that's my point.
Who?
Who? Lou? Who, Lou? Oh, who? So, you don't even know him. That's why we need the money. You got to pay for it. But, so this is kind of like, all right, but dig. Because it is a little slippery slopey, which I don't like to get into. But our problem with obesity is a problem with sort of personal, we're rewarding ourselves for doing almost nothing. We're taking things that used to be a treat and turning them into a ritual. You know, having a Coca-Cola, and for us it was a Shasta because it was 2 cents cheaper fucking can, was for after a Pop Warner football game. It wasn't for breakfast. It was you play your guts out and then they give you a Shasta at the end of the game, and that was your soda for the week. It wasn't flowing 24/7. So if we get in the habit of telling the super fat human beings, we will regulate your shit, we will keep you from getting fat, they're going to figure out a way to get fat without us.
Of course.
I'd rather the message...
Well, plus, you can just buy another Coke a second later.
Right. So overall, I want the message to be, look, you can eat at McDonald's 9 times a day. That's your fucking business. You're going to die in your 40s, so get your shit together. Like, that's what sort of the limiting the portions and getting, stopping the advertising and all that kind of stuff. I dig where they're coming from, but ultimately, this entire society is going to come undone when everyone in it just goes rogue. Like when they go, I don't feel like paying for this, or I think the government should take care of that, or they'll tell me what to eat, or they're going to feed my kid. Like the second we get a lion's share of those people, and they're growing fast, the second we get more of those people, we're completely fucked as a society. I want a society where everyone just regulates themselves. Like you don't throw gum on the sidewalk, not because it's illegal, but because you're a goddamn human being and you care about other human beings who may step on this on a hot day on the sidewalk, and you don't become morbidly obese because you're married, because you're a father, because you're a mother, because you have children, because you're a teacher, because you're a role model. You don't do it because it's not healthy, not because we're going to regulate it.
I would be curious to know how overweight people feel about this. Ones who are dieting, like, are they in favor of it or are they not? Because I can't figure out which side of this I'm on, because I sort of feel like it's somewhat harmless. It does not affect me personally because I only drink diet soda. But then I was thinking, so
she needs something to wash down the pound cake. She keisters a pound cake, but she soaks it in tab.
Oh, exactly. Yeah,
fast absorption.
It's a Diet Coke pound cake.
But
it is hard. It's a tough one.
People are. If it comes down to a coin toss, I say government, get out. That's kind of that's my thing. And also, again, let's just start. to me, every road and every arrow leads to the family. Your parents are supposed to be saying, no, you can't have that. You're not supposed to grow up with some discipline. Then you become an adult. Then you realize you have that discipline instilled in you and so on and so forth. But also, you thought of yourself as an overweight person when you were younger, but it was not really that overweight compared to today's heavyweights. I've seen some pretty big women out there.
I actually never really gave it shit. I didn't have a problem with it. I knew I gained a lot of weight in college.
What was your max?
I was 160 pounds.
Oh, that's nothing.
120 now. I mean, it's 40 pounds. It's a lot of weight on someone. I was a size 14, and now I'm a 2.
She's a great big fat person.
But still.
But here's the thing. But I'm in today's society, I was normal. My family was the ones who made fun of me and made me feel bad about it. I didn't care. I was like, okay, I have a whole other audience. There are people who appreciate a big chest and a big ass. Like, it's all good. But it wasn't healthy either.
Oh, right.
It wasn't healthy. And my dad's diabetic, and so I was like, all right, I have to get my act together because I grew up eating healthy. I went off on a tangent in college. Mm-hmm. But it really is exactly what you're saying.
Freshman
it's
40.
up to the families. Exactly. It's up to families to teach their kids. But, when you're looking at the obesity rate, I mean, I remember doing a story on the Today Show, and 80%, I think it was Mississippi. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
The BMI, the body mass indexing is going to have to be adjusted because it's like from the 20s. Like it's like if you're a male who's 5'10", you should be 145, but if you're big bone, you can go up to 157. It's like, I don't know any of those guys anymore. Everyone's 200 pounds, but they're just bigger. They're all the way around. Mm-hmm.
But it's a crisis.
But to your point, that's what Bloomberg is saying. He's saying, hey, it's not about the principle of whether government should be involved or not. We are trying to do something to save people.
I'm sort of all right. I mean, look, the people, there's certain issues that people take real hard lines on, and it's like, really? I mean, it's not going to affect you one way or the other. It is for the people on the right. It's one more encroachment of government.
First the light bulbs, now the soda.
Right. Which again, I like the light bulbs because they. But I have LED light bulbs in my house because it saves me money.